Hey there, I am so incredibly glad you're here. Let's just pretend for a second that we're sitting right across from each other, grabbing a cup of coffee and taking a really serious look at your financial future. You know, you're working hard, you're starting out in your career, and you're putting in those long, grueling hours. But today, in this explainer, I want to share a bit of a secret with you. There is literally just one fundamental difference between the average middle-class earner and a billionaire. And no, it's not about being naturally smarter, and it is definitely not about just getting lucky. It's actually about a complete mindset shift regarding how money really works. So today, I'm going to walk you through the exact blueprint to financial freedom. Okay, let's dive into this because this is the exact question that trips up so many wildly ambitious young professionals. You've probably been told your whole entire life that if you just, study hard, get a really secure job, and climb that corporate ladder, you'll inevitably become wealthy. But the hard truth? Billionaires simply do not work for money. Relying purely on a salary is honestly a bit of a trap. I mean, it provides comfort, absolutely, but a paycheck alone is never going to make you truly rich, no matter how many overtime hours you grind out. And why is that? Well, it's because your time is strictly capped. You only have 24 hours in a day. Think about the path we're all sort of pushed onto. Trading time for money. You clock in, you get paid. You clock out, and boom, the money completely stops flowing. In that scenario, you are literally the engine. If you stop moving, the whole car stops. But the billionaire strategy, it is entirely different. They aren't selling their time. Instead, they pour all their focus and their energy into creating systems and assets that operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They build this massive economic engine that runs completely independently of their own physical labor. So what exactly do we mean by asset creation anyway? Well, simply put, it's the process of building or acquiring systems and investments that work 24/7 to generate income completely independent of your active labor. As your mentor today, I really need you to internalize this core concept. You cannot simply save your way to massive wealth just by hoarding little portions of your salary. It doesn't work. True financial freedom comes from ownership. Because when you own the system works for you, whether you're sitting at your desk, chilling on a beach somewhere, or fast asleep in your bed. And this brilliantly illustrates what that looks like in the real world. These 24/7 systems take a few different forms, but they are incredibly straightforward. We're talking about things like stocks, businesses, real estate, and other capital investments. These are your ultimate vehicles for what I love to call sleep money. While you're tucked into bed rusting, your stock portfolio is out there compounding. That business you hold equity in, it's serving customers in entirely different time zones. Your real estate properties are just sitting there accumulating rent. This is the exact machinery that billionaires use to permanently separate their income from their time. So it really just boils down to a super simple equation. Ownership equals financial freedom. For a young professional like yourself, earning a steady salary is a fantastic starting point. It really is. It's your seed capital. It pays the bills, it keeps the lights on, and it funds your early life. But eventually, you have to graduate from just participating in the economy to actually owning a piece of it. If you don't own assets, you will always be at the absolute mercy of whoever owns the company you work for. Ownership is that critical bridge that takes you from merely working to survive to living completely on your own terms. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it completely flips our traditional view of money right on its head. Think of it this way. Billionaires treat every single dollar like an employee, and then they send that employee out to make more money. I want you to imagine that every dollar bill sitting in your checking account right now is a tiny, tireless worker. They don't eat coffee breaks, there's no weekend off, and they are never going to knock on your door asking for a raise. Your job as the CEO of your own life is to deploy that workforce efficiently. So instead of trading those little employees away for some fleeting, instant gratification experience, you send them out into the market to capture more dollars and bring them right back to you. All right, so how do we actually pull this off? Let's get practical. Here is the exact step-by-step strategy the wealthy use every single day. Step 1, earn your income. That's your current job or profession, right? Step 2, buy the asset first. And step 3, let the asset buy the luxury. Now, here is exactly where the middle class gets it so wrong. They earn their income and immediately run out to buy the luxury, the fancy car, the expensive designer watch, just desperate for that instant gratification. But the rich? No way. They take their income and they buy an income-producing asset first, like real estate or dividend-paying stocks, and then they just wait. Once that asset generates enough cash flow, they use that passive profit to buy the fancy car, the asset pays for the luxury, and the best part, they still get to keep the golden goose. So, the crucial point is this. Please, do not spend the rest of your life working harder and harder for a paycheck. You've got to flip the script and make your money work harder for you.
That is the ultimate takeaway of this whole explainer. If you take your active income and you consistently convert it into passive assets over time, you will eventually buy back your time and achieve the ultimate goal, which is true financial freedom. So, as we wrap up our little mentoring session today, I want you to take a hard look at your savings and seriously ask yourself this one final question. What will your dollars be doing for you tonight while you sleep?